special guest. He has started a body positive theater initiative called EveryBODY on Stage, and we are going to get into it and welcome some body positivity into the studio. Please welcome the one, the only, the fabulously ensembled Greg Carruthers. Hello.
Jeni Walls, how are you?
Everybody on Stage. Tell us about this.
So EveryBODY on Stage is a body positivity visibility project. So what we're planning to do is find people who have experienced fatphobia in our workspace, which is exceptionally prevalent, and leads to people with disordered eating habits and body dysmorphia because of the way our industry is. So the goal is to show fat people in roles they wouldn't normally get to do. So playing the leading role that isn't an ogre, or dancing in the ensemble of a show that isn't just full of people who look all the same. So in the goal right now is to connect with body positive people who share this message and start to formulate a plan to put this out in front of the mass audience. So we're targeting on Instagram to get these performances out in front of the audiences of the major theater companies in Canada to normalize it for the audience so we can change the world.
I love it. Listen, I think it's something that is much needed. I think it is something that is so important. Today, it's all about breaking down all of the things that we thought we knew about how people look, how people love, how people behave. And I think it's so important. What inspired you to start this initiative? It's really beautiful.
It's funny. During quarantine, I went on my own personal journey exploring what body positivity means to me. The problem with the way that fat phobia is ingrained in our society is that I also hate fat people. That is something that I had to unlearn for myself because I saw myself as bad because I have extra fat on my body. And I know a lot of other people feel that way. And there's no reason for us to continue to hide and to not take up space in these rooms that are full of amazing different people. Why don't we have a spot? Why can't you see fat people fall in love in a show?
So you're encouraging to be more character driven, more story driven, not aesthetically driven, because everybody falls in love.
Yep.
Right? Everybody plays those roles in the world. Yep. So why not stage?
Well, and why are we so focused on the way characters look when we're telling stories? It doesn't really matter what people look like. Why is it ingrained? Why is it in the casting breakdowns that are sourced around the world? Why is there always a comment about someone who obviously takes care of their body? Well, what does that mean? If everybody who falls in love looks the same, why do I, someone who doesn't look like Prince Charming, get to fall in love? Why do I expect for myself to find love in this life? Because I don't. So many of my personal goals have been put off until I lose that next 40 pounds, or until I won't get new headshots, until I look a certain way. Yeah. Well, I deserve love. I deserve work. I deserve to be represented. And so that we're taking up space.
Yeah. I love that. Everybody deserves the opportunity. Everybody deserves the opportunity. And I think that is so important. And also in a time like this, just body positivity in general, because especially right now, we've all
in this moment,
we've all experienced this collective trauma, and bodies react to trauma differently.
Yeah.
And that isn't necessarily a choice or something that you can control in a way you'd like to. So we really have to go over with ourselves what our relationship is with our body and what they're capable of. We're all surviving this thing, and we're all dealing with any number of emotions on a given day, and that's extraordinary. So focusing, on that and celebrating that, I think is so important. And this conversation is an important extension of that.
Yeah. Well, and getting back to the inspiration specifically, it was a day during quarantine when we were in that phase of like, oh, are we going to have a summer ? And I saw a meme. It was Barbie, and she had, her 3 roles. And someone said the meme was like, when you thought summer was canceled, and then July's like, don't be like her, and I saw that image and I went, I immediately felt bad, and then I went, why do I feel bad? Why that I am her? Why don't I get to have a hot girl summer? What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
I have a body and I deserve to show it off,
And I love the meme that's going around. It's like, how to get a beach body, have a body, go to the beach. Now you have
correct.
a beach body.
Correct.
There you go.
And this is the thing, your body's responding to trauma, and a little weight gain happens because your body is responding to save you from a global pandemic.
Exactly.
What are we talking about? Well, and this conversation needs to be really on the website. There's a program called Student Body Support Network, and because this problem originates in schools, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but we both attended theater programs, and eating disorders are a big problem. Mm-hmm. And it comes from the pressures of A, being in school, but B, having to deal with in 3 years, putting your body, deciding where you fit in this industry, and a lot of pressure comes from the way you look. And we could absolutely change by changing our industry. We can make life better for a lot of people,
Yeah.
Getting rid of those unrealistic standards.
Absolutely. And opening it up, because we all deserve to be seen. Did you have any reservations when you were creating this project?
So I think if I had seen this project a year ago, I don't know if I personally would have submitted. It took me a long time to get to the place where I believe I deserve a spot in this industry, even though I'm fat, regardless of the way I look, and so the biggest fear of mine is that a lot of people, I've been getting some amazing responses. People from all over the world have been contacting me, talking about how we need to champion this project. But I am a little concerned about finding the specific people who are going to share this message. It is an incredibly vulnerable thing I'm asking of people, and I'm asking people to trust me, and that I will help them as much as I can and support them in every way possible. So the reservation for me was not being able to find the right people, and this message won't get spread the way it needs to.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm very glad that you were proven to the contrary. So if people are interested, is there time to submit, and what is the submission process?
Absolutely. So the submissions aren't due until the end of the month. So what I'm looking for from people is I want to see them at their best. I want people who are plus size or have experienced fat phobia and are on the scale of where they are with their body. I want to see everybody submit to this project and show me them at their very, very best, so that I can then take that image. So basically what is going to happen is they're going to create their own performance, whatever it is it's a music video, it's them performing a role they never feel they would ever be cast in. And I want to show fat people doing excellent things and putting that in front of the audiences of Mirvish and Stratford and all these places, so that those audiences then demand more of their theater producers. We can change the whole thing. So submissions are currently open. They're available. You can check out the website, everybodyonstage.com, and there's a Get Involved tab, and all of our full action plan is there. You can read into how exactly we plan to do this and how you can get involved. There's lots of different ways. We are looking for people to help us produce, to make this thing happen, because it's really important to me that we're able to pay our artists to share this message.
I love it. And also you have an Instagram, Everybody
Absolutely.
On Stage.
Across all the platforms. Be sure to follow us there. We're launching the project at the beginning of November. So we would love to have you follow us on this journey.
I love it. Thank you so much for joining us to talk about this. This is such an important conversation to continue, and I wish you all the best with Everybody On Stage, and I can't wait to see all of the talent that is going to be celebrated as a result.
Thank you so much for this wonderful show. It was an absolute pleasure to watch and be part of.
Amazing. All the best, Greg. We'll talk to you.
Thank you. Yeah. Talk to you soon. Bye.